Hello, beautiful guys. Hope that you're well today. So just wait, and also people, get ready. Just make your own research about the Verida protocol. So I'd like to thank you basically for having here once again, and stay tuned with the Wise Crypto.
Hey everyone, Ryan here from Verida. How you all doing?
Yeah, hello, welcome in our Wise Crypto. Thank you, sir, for having here. We're just waiting for you actually.
Oh, cool, great. Well, yeah, great to have everyone here in the AMA today.
Yes, thank you. So let's kick off the invitation, guys. First of all, I'd like to thank you, all of our beautiful people, for having here in the Wise Crypto. And also, guys, to discuss more about the Verida. I can say it is a multi-chain protocol for interoperable database storage and messaging built on decentralized identity. So where the personal data will owned and controlled by years. So if you want to start with the Verida. You just need to download their Verida wallet. You can download from the App Store or Google Play. So yeah, just let's begin the invitation. I would like to invite our honorable speaker. Sir, as you already said about yourself, but could you please share about your experience and also your team as well as?
Yeah, no, happy to give it a bit of an intro. So, yeah, my name's Ryan, a co-founder at Verida and COO. Verida's been going for a few years now, and we're getting to an exciting point with the recent launch of our mainnet and our token coming soon, which I'm sure we'll talk about some of the project details in a bit. But my background has always been in technology companies. And that sort of spanned from other startups and scale ups and corporate as well. Uh, Really a whole mix of things from telecommunications through to banking, finance, and cybersecurity type work as well. Both in companies directly and also consulting, doing technology consulting for companies too. So I developed a keen interest in crypto a number of years ago, starting with Bitcoin, and that sort of broadened over the years as I learned more about the space, as the technology developed with other networks and Ethereum and other EVM networks. And I also always had a strong interest in digital rights and data privacy. And when I was introduced to Verida and came in as co-founder, the problem that Verida was trying to solve from a technology point of view was very it appealed to me, and I looked around, and there was certainly a gap when it comes to personal data ownership. So we've been on a mission to solve for that and deliver the technology architecture and stack and the network that we have today to help users truly own their data in a self-sovereign way and fully integrate that into the broader Web3 stack.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And guys, they have their website also. If you want to learn more, just visit their website, and you'll find their X link and also their Telegram link in our Wise Crypto. So I can say users are incentivized to unlock their data stored on centralized platform, and also builders access their this data for the new exciting use case such as trusted storage and digitalized messaging and others. So could you describe what features does your Verida offer in its messaging solution?
Yeah, so you can think there's a few different components to the Verida technology stack, and that includes building your identity and owning your encrypted data on the network. And there's also other features there as well, including the messaging function on the network, which is it's a similar to the data sharing. Essentially, it's a encrypted form of communications that is enabled on the network at a peer-to-peer level between accounts. It's visible for everyone who's downloaded the Verida wallet, and you can do that at verida.io, and there's a link there for the wallet on the iOS store, the Apple Store, Apple App Store, and the Google Play Store. and you'll notice once you're in the app, there's like an encrypted, there's an inbox function. So if you look in the top right, I think it is on the wallet, and they're all encrypted private messages that are traversing between accounts or DIDs on the network itself. So that's a little bit about the messaging functionality specifically. I think you were asking. And yeah, that lives alongside the other core features of the network as well. So like dApps can send private messages to a Verida account as an example.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Got it. And also, like, as far I know, like, you're working on the sign-in solution. I just wanted to know more about this. Like, how does Verida enable single sign-on solution for the users?
Yeah, so the single sign-on is basically so you can think of, if for those users familiar with Wallet Connect, so you can basically do a QR code login, a single sign-on, and you can actually do that with both the crypto and data side of the Verida wallet. So essentially, you could have a dApp which you sign into, and that both unlocks your crypto wallet for use, and also your encrypted data vault. And that encrypted data vault is really the core piece of the Verida network. So we can definitely dive into that piece. So that makes it a really smooth experience from a sign-on perspective, and enables the dual functionality of the public crypto wallets and the private data storage on the Verida network that any developer can embed using the SDKs into their dApp as well.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So, yeah, guys, they have their website that is verida.io. If you want to learn more, just check it. So as far I know, there are a lot of projects like you actually. They're also providing some kind of messaging solution and others. So if I talk more about like why you are different than the traditional system.
Yeah, so you can think of like the comparable really for Verida is, I mean, it's a database, it's an encrypted database network. So what the data storage entails is a document database, similar to like a MongoDB in the Web 2 sense. So all those types of data that an app or a dApp would store in a traditional database, in a traditional document database, you can store in a Verida database as well. And the key difference there is it's self-sovereign, so that the user is in control and owns the data being stored in that database. Whether they've brought that in from Web 2 themselves using some of the data connectors we have, or whether that's a dApp that has created a new piece of data in a Web 3 context for the user itself. So those data objects, they're structured data, so they're keys and values kind of thing, like structured data, like you put like in a credential, or healthcare data or financial data, um, anything where a dApp would be having a database in the back end to present some information that wouldn't be on chain. And we can get a little bit into the on chain versus off chain as well when we talk about privacy, I think. But it's a database system, and it can be queried, it can be indexed, so it's super fast, which gives a Web 2 experience, but in a Web 3 context.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So let's talk more about your token. I can see you have your native token, VDA. So I'd like to know more about these utilities and also where can people get your token right now?
Yeah, so the token isn't live just yet, but we're going through a launch process. So definitely for everyone here, please stay tuned. You can have a look. So there's a few places to sort of learn more, including just on our main website, verida.net. Oh, we've actually got two websites. There's verida.io, which is about the wallet, and there's verida.network, which is more on the technical side. But if you're on Verida.network, you can go to VDA, and you can learn a bit more about the token. It's a utility token, so it plays a key role in how data is the economic model for the network, essentially. So pay for the data storage and retrieval, and then as a reward for the storage node providers. So there's a few stakeholders in the ecosystem, one being the users who own the data, two, the applications that are creating and using the data to provide services on the network or to users, and three, the storage node operators who are providing the storage capacity and the network security of that data on behalf of the users. So the token works between all those three counterparts, and that's the utility nature of it. The launch process, we can talk a bit about that if you like as well. But the launch is happening soon, so there'll be some. I think we've actually got an article coming out, I think tomorrow, talking to some of the talking a bit more to the launchpad process. So we will be doing some IDOs with, and some of these have been announced with Decubate and Citus Pad and AI Tech Pad as well. So there'll be a bit more. If you scroll through our Twitter, you'll see those mentioned and in the respective communities, and we'll be announcing a little bit more about that process, I think, tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So yeah, guys, like their token serves to coordinate research in their Verida network, and also their token creates a data economy that enabling secure and also interaction between the accounts to facilitate secure data storage. So if I talk more about the security issue, so I think which is very important for any project or any platform. So how does Verida protect the privacy and security of users' data within the network?
Yeah, so the and this is sort of to go back to those differentiators, like the user data or all the data on the Verida network is fully encrypted. There's end-to-end encryption there on the network. It's encrypted and decrypted via the private key generated when the account's created, and that's managed through the Verida wallet, which I mentioned before. So there's a cryptographic key pair, very similar to the key pair that's generated when you create a crypto wallet. And that's used to encrypt and decrypt the data. So the data cannot be unlocked by a storage node per se. It's fully there's both authentication and authorization required to access that, and that's where the user really has that control and agency over that data directly. So no one can access that. There is a rich sharing kind of framework here for that the user controls the flow of that data. If a DApp does request has a data request, you can ignore that request, or you could opt to share, and you can verify who that that requester of the data is, and then you can revoke access later on as well. So we also have zero knowledge credentials available with some of our partners as well, which is a really big unlock, and that was through our integration with Polygon ID, and we have some more ZK stuff coming up as well a bit later. So I think that's so the data is fully encrypted. It's off chain. It's not on chain, so it's not a blockchain. It's a network of storage nodes. Those storage nodes are region aware, so the data can be locked to a region or to a country, and that's really powerful when it comes to the ability of say storage, of the applications to ensure that they're meeting data regulations like GDPR and things like that. So we can say that the healthcare information is just residing in Europe or just residing in a particular country, and you can become compliant in that regards. So I think and the data can be deleted as well. So there's the right to be forgotten is kind of built in. It's not forever like a blockchain. So if a user does want to delete data, delete their identity, it can occur.
Okay, yeah, got it. Thank you. So, like as you mentioned earlier, like you have your decentralized data storage. So, can you explain actually how this Verida's decentralized storage works in practice actually?
Yeah, so basically, sort of to build on a little bit of what I was sort of saying before, we have this. Actually, probably the easiest thing for people to understand, if you for those on the computer, you just go to explorer.verida.network, and on there you'll see a bit of just the network statistics basically, and you'll see down the bottom there the different storage nodes that are running at the moment. They're all being run by the Verida Foundation. So the Verida Foundation is running nodes. I think there's about, I'd have to check, there's about 19 or so, I think there was at last check. So we're in the process of yeah, there's 19 there, and these are across the world. There's Europe, Australia, Southeast Asia, India, US as well. So we're in the process of expanding that. We had a process earlier this year to bring in a cohort of storage node operators, and we're working with those storage node operators, sort of our foundational cohort, to get them up to speed with deploying their own node to service the network. So we'll see this list grow over time, and there's a bit of work that we're doing from like an onboarding and the guides and automating the deployment practices as part of that process. So there's a bit of work to do there to make sure that that's a smooth process for our storage node operators that we're bringing on. But the intent is there that we're decentralizing the network and not solely reliant on the Verida Foundation to provide the node infrastructure there.
Okay, yeah, got it. So, like, I think that the Verida network provides the storage infrastructure perfect for AI solution and the upcoming data connector framework that will create a new data economy that benefits the end user also. So, I have a question on that. Like, could you share some like what are some potential application or industries that could benefit like from the Verida solution?
Yeah, I mean it's you can think of it really as any really company that is looking to one provide more agency to their users over with control and access to their data. So that's increasingly a trend we're seeing in some regions. I mean, particularly in Europe, where there's a real push to have stronger regulation and stronger data regulatory frameworks around the right to own and control and delete and be forgotten and have interoperability with that data as well. When you think about things like the IDAS and the wallet initiatives there and the adoption of verifiable credentials is increasingly becoming more commonplace. So there's a lot of positive tailwinds there, which we're seeing at a regulatory level, which is pushing us in the right direction. And really the other thing is, this is a de-risking strategy for companies as well, where if they're not having to hold some of this sensitive data, then they're also not at risk of losing it. And we increasingly see the failure of companies to protect our personal data, and this goes to some of the core problems that we face. And then the benefit of owning that data is being is going to the corporations, is going to the large businesses who have that control, and sometimes not towards their benefit, not ours. So we're trying to flip that, and it's no easy feat. But getting the technology, getting the right partners, and demonstrating use cases and showing that this can work is where we start.
Okay, yeah, yeah. And also, I just want to know with this question, like, can various solution be integrated with existing system or applications?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I mean, this is there's so for the more technically minded people who may be listening, if you head to developers.verida.network, you get to see all our developer information. So there's a pretty comprehensive set of documentations around the SDK, and there's tutorials, and there's a whole bunch of information really to get started. And there's some different sort of builders kits and things like that we have there as well. So the client SDK is what is a Node.js client, and that's the package that most people would want to get started with integrating the Verida client SDK into their application, and then that really unlocks the capabilities that they've been talking about here on the call.
Yeah, yeah, got it. So people get ready with the best question if you have, as you know, the Verida network is a self-service in users, like users pay model, like whereby users pay for their own storage needs, and also I think in this way, access to the user data is not the product actually, rather than the product is the like I can say the security and also the protections of user data actually. So get ready, people, if you have any more question and queries. Here's the last question from mine. Like, what is the future development plan after that? Like, according to your roadmap for the 2024 or 2025?
Yeah, great question. So look, the in the short term, we have this big focus really on the token launch. So that is that is a product in itself. Um, and so that's very much a focus. I touched as well on the storage node decentralization. So that is a key stream of work that's going on at the moment. So decentralizing the storage nodes and expanding the number of operators there is a key thing as well. And then there's a whole bunch of work as well around some specific use cases. I mentioned the ZK work before, the ZK credentials that we're doing. So that's an ongoing area where we're working with more partners and technology on both sides, on the Verida side and on their side as well, to unlock new use cases. And we'll be building in, for those who haven't checked it out yet, if you head to missions.verida.network, we'll be building in more activities very, very soon now, actually. So we'll have announcements about this as well. So there'll be new activities for everyone to do on missions to earn XP and earn rewards. And there's certainly airdrops that have commenced as part of that program as well. So people should definitely stay tuned and stay watching our socials and our blog for more information. We've got a series of airdrops as part of our network growth rewards. And that's part of we've got 20% of the token supply for VDA that's been set aside for network growth rewards, and that's starting with a series of airdrops targeted towards our early adopters. So people have been using our testnet, our mainnet in this early period, that have been engaging with campaigns as well. So definitely encourage everyone to get the Verida wallet, set up an account, and sign into missions.verida.network and do some missions. And there'll be, you'll see some development there happening soon. So that's very much on the roadmap right now.
Okay, yeah, best wishes to your Verida for the future. So, guys, discover the power of the Verida network for building amazing decentralized application with the user data actually. So, guys, you can make your own research as I mentioned to learn more. And also, it's time to take some questions from the community. The first one I can take Ben. Hey, Ben, are you there?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for the opportunity. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, go ahead.
Please, do you provide a user manual or an instructional video to help users navigate your platform safely? Thank you.
Yeah. There's two things there. There's a YouTube channel which has some tutorials and some overview videos of mainly the Verida wallet. So there's definitely some things there, and also there's some guides on using some of the activities we have in missions. So if you head to I think it's youtube.com/Verida.io. It's linked from our main website as well. And we also have our community Git book. So there's a heap of information in there. And we continually add to that, both for user guides, for general information. It's not aimed at developers, that one. So that's community.verida.io. It has some technical things, but it's really a high level overview. The network, the wallet, the user guides, the token, and a bunch more in there as well.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Ben, for your question. Next one
All right.
is
Thank you.
Thomas. Hey, Thomas,
Hello,
are you
can you hear
there?
me?
Yeah, ask your
Yeah.
question, please.
Okay, so my question is, what is your strongest advantage that you think will lead your team to the market, and where can I get the latest information, and what is the latest plan for your project? Thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, we really see that there's a gap in the market for decentralized database storage. So that's the problem area we're sort of tackling, and that's sort of coupled then again with having a self-sovereign version of that. So giving ownership over data is one thing, and then having a database service to use for dApps in Web3 to deliver on that is what we see is a really big opportunity. And if you look at data in Web2 broadly, when it comes to databases, there's lots of different flavors, and we just haven't seen that proliferation in Web3 yet. But we do believe that for applications and data ownership and data providers in Web3, that there'll be a need for that there is a need and a growing need for this kind of technology where the data doesn't reside on chain, but we want to have some kind of off chain ability in a decentralized way, and that's where the database that we offer can provide a great service and a great experience. I think you
Yeah,
also
thank you so
asked.
much.
Yeah, I think, and you mentioned like the plan. So I think that's sort of covered previously with our token, our storage node network, and some of the other missions we're doing, which I mentioned.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Thomas, for your question. Next one is Sophie. Are you there? Hey, Sophie.
Yes, I am here. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. Ask your
Ambassador-
question, please.
Ambassadorship is very important for every project. Do you have an ambassadorship program for your project?
Yeah, we do have ambassadors. So yeah, definitely encourage everyone to join our Discord or Telegram if you're not already there. And we have primarily English language, but we also do have some international channels in our Discord and a couple in Telegram as well for different countries. So yeah, please join. You can express interest as an ambassador, but we're pretty full on the community moderation and ambassadors at the moment. But you're always welcome to support to submit an application.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Sophie. And also stay tuned with them. Next one is Marianda. Hey, Marianda. Hey, Marianda, are you there? Or Margot?
Hello, can you hear
Yeah, ask your question.
me? Hello.
Yep,
My
we
question
can
is
hear you.
the new model of the project, in what ways do you generate income and profit?
You mean like the business model?
Yes, yes.
Yep. Yeah, the business model revolves around the token. So the token is a utility token. There's and that you can read a little bit more detail on the page about this. But we basically, at a high level, it's a pay for data, and that can be at a user level or like a sponsored level by the DApp, where the DApp is basically sponsoring the data storage on behalf of the users, which is more similar to a Web 2 type pricing model. And then there's the reward side for the storage node operators. They're staking the token, they're staking VDA as part of that data security that they're providing, the data storage that they're providing, and there's a reward they get for doing so, and there's some slashing that will happen if they fail to sort of keep that data there for users. So that's the fundamental piece there. There is a potential for a protocol fee as a sort of a revenue line that goes back to the network. That won't be implemented at day zero, but that's the sort of intent from a network revenue perspective as well.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Margot. So here's the last one. Peculiar, right there.
Yeah, hello, I'm Adiba.
Yeah, you are asking a question, please.
All right, thank you. So I wanted to know, like how, I want to know like what new innovations or features should we see like in the nearest future, and also if you want to get like immediate information about your project, what active social media is really available, in which we can reach you like at the fastest rate. Yeah.
Yeah, was that about how do you what to look out for in the future and how to reach us?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, great question. So I mentioned the roadmap roughly before. I think the other exciting thing is that we're continuing to look deeper into is really the broader privacy preserving technology stack. And you'll see that there's a few different partners in our ecosystem that we're working with and starting to work more closely with on different aspects of that. So whether it's the proof of data from Web 2 and creating sort of ZK attestations about that, and then in the form of credentials, like that's one aspect from an identity and reputation area, through to the privacy preserving computation networks that are out there, like Nillion and Partisia blockchain. So there's various partners doing different working on different parts of the privacy preserving technology stack, and even some that we haven't partnered with, down to sort of the network level of things. But we're here at that sort of layer zero of data, of layer zero of private data, and private data is going to play a key role when you think of things like training AI models, where vast amount of data is required. It's kind of like a fuel for AI algorithms, and that's going to need to include personal information. It can't just be public data if we're going to have personalized AI and things like that. And that data needs to remain private. It can't be sort of pushed up into or accidentally appear in public LLMs if that's your private data creating personalized recommendations or answers for you. So we do see that there's going to be this emerging sort of push around private data and the role that plays in AI. So that's certainly some other area where we're really interested in and working on. So yeah, stay tuned for more information about that as well.
All right, thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So any important news you want to share before wrapping this session?
Look, I just want to do a final call out. Yeah, definitely encourage everyone to get the Verida wallet, check out our missions, and do stay. You want to follow our socials on here on X, and join Discord or Telegram or both if you're inclined. But yeah, we're really getting close to the launch of our token, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, there'll be lots of updates happening over the next couple of weeks. We have a Galaxy campaign running at the moment, so do check out our Galaxy token launch campaign. Get involved, and you can learn more about sort of in a guided, structured way about the Verida Network, about our partner ecosystems, about our launch process. And it'd be great to have you all on board through that journey.
Okay, yeah, thank you for your time, and I'd like to thank you all of our members for having here actually once again. And also, yeah, guys, do research more about the Verida, and then if you have any more question and queries, you can ask in their social media link. No worries. So yeah, thank you, sir, once again for your time, and best wishes to your Verida for the future.
Thanks, Misha. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate you coming in today.
Yeah, bye, everyone.
Bye.